welcome you in to the Small Ball Podcast alongside Trevor Mickulin and Christian Dennis. I'm Scott Ayers. We've got the full crew back in the house. Almost the full crew back in the house. Because producer Andy is here. Doesn't have a working microphone. And as I mentioned in our last episode.
Yeah, I do.
He does. We figured it out.
Okay. Producer Andy has a working microphone. Guess what he doesn't have?
What does he have?
He doesn't have a working hip.
This is true. I do not have a working hip.
Yes.
You want to tell people what happened? True story.
All right, true story. I got on top of a bull. It immediately bucked me off, and I landed on my hip and snapped it.
What's hilarious is I was scrolling Instagram and just happened to see this post that Andy posted, and the first 3 photos are him like riding a bull. And I'm like, whoa, this is sick. And then the last slide is like a video, and it was like half a second he's on this bull before it bucked him off, and he broke his hip from it.
Yeah,
but
it
you
was
got up
crazy.
and you ran away. I was like, wait.
Yeah, I'm not going to stay in front of the bull.
But you have a broken hip. I know. I was just
It's
like,
the adrenaline. It was just pumping through his veins.
dude, did you feel it crack?
Yeah.
Did you hear it crack?
No, you can't hear anything over there.
Holy crap.
No, I
Holy
did
bull.
feel like a
bull.
a very sharp pain, like going through my whole body, and then I was just kind of like hopped up on adrenaline, just kept walking, and throughout the night it just got worse and worse and worse, and by the end of it I couldn't even walk. So
Yeah.
went to the hospital. They're like, "Yep, you smashed that one." So
Wow.
yep.
You know what that means for this podcast?
Talk to me.
He's all talk, no walk.
Nice.
That's true.
You like that?
That's true. I like
nice.
that. But I was going to say that this podcast supports disabled vets.
We support disabled vets on the Small Ball Podcast.
This is true.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Andy served in the Air Force.
Served
Got out.
overseas.
Yeah, served overseas. Went to Afghan.
Both
Afghaniland.
of our behind the scenes troopers were actually troopers.
Yeah, we have vets.
We do. Matt G, vet.
Vet, bang.
Let's go.
Wow. Well, Andy capped. It's good to have you back,
Andy
man.
capped.
It's good to be back. Feels great.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad. You guys did a solo show, and then I did a solo show.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel right. It's like Thanos missing pieces of that gauntlet. There's just not a lot of power there. Once you get it all back together, that's when small ball really starts to shine.
Kind of like the Celtics tonight
Ooh.
with Tingus Pingus returning to his lineup.
Tingus Pingus has returned.
The final stone.
He is the final stone, maybe for the Celtics. We're recording this the night of Game 5.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening, either congrats to the Boston Celtics on a well-deserved NBA championship,
Yep.
or the Mavericks have just forced a Game 6. Well done, Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't expect the Mavs to win by like 38 last game.
Right.
It was crazy.
That's insane. Let's see if they can pull it back. Let's see if they got another fight in them.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. So, and if you're listening to this, congrats, Celtics.
Oh, you're just calling it.
The
Celtics
Celtics are at home, dude. They want to win at home.
Yeah, Tingus Pingus is back.
Dialed.
Yeah, they're going to be dialed. If the Mavs come out with the energy they did, I am worried that even with that, the second that the Celtics, they're going to hit them back this game, and the fear is like the Mavs are just going to be knowing that like, oh, we're done for. Like, we're done. Season's over. The second that they reach any adversity, because last game there was no adversity. The Celtics, from the tip, it was over. So I know that this game's going to be a battle. If Dallas can fight back and they put up a fight and they beat the Celtics tonight in Boston,
We got ourselves a series.
and I think that Boston wouldn't be feeling as confident as they do right now.
No, all the Celtics players are like, if we lose, doesn't really matter because we're up 3-2 at that point.
Right.
So like that's like the mindset that they've been telling the media. It's like we don't need to win this game, but it is a must win.
It's a must win.
If you're up 3-1, just get it over with.
Obviously.
And let me. You made a prediction. I'll make my prediction without knowing anything. I can't believe Kyrie Irving hit that game winner to send it back to Dallas for Game 6. That was crazy. He did that.
That would be elite. We are sitting here Monday, June 17th, 5:12 p.m. If that happens tonight, Scott, I'll buy you an ice cream cone.
Deal.
Whoa. From where?
Mickey D's. They're 99 cents.
Oh, you're cheap.
I got one today.
Oh.
But it was
it
good,
nice?
Scott. It
All right,
was
I'm
good.
down. I'll do that. That sounds actually wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, before we move on from the series, I feel like, Trev, you should make a statement because, as we all know, there's been one guy who defends Luka and rides with Luka more. There's no one who rides him more. There's no one who rides with him more than you. And
You
Brian
did that on purpose, too.
Brian Windhorst obviously had a statement after Game 3
Yeah.
talking about his effort, bad attitude. So I just want to give the biggest Luka defender a chance to speak on this and just give you the floor.
Yeah, a lot of people have talked about this already, so this isn't going to be a long thing. But I stand by what Brian Windhorst had to say. I think that Luka, I've watched almost every single game from Luka in the playoffs, and it's been bad. Even back to some of the games against Minnesota, like the dude he complains a ton. And I know that's his MO. In the regular season, I think the people just maybe like that stigma stuck with him, and people would talk about it in the regular season. It wasn't nearly what it is right now in the playoffs, and it's an issue. And we didn't see a ton of it last game, which was awesome. Dallas Mavericks won by a ton, of course. But, his effort on defense has been awful as well. Like watching him, it's more than just the plays that he's foul baiting. He's on the ground crying, and then it's 4-on-5 going the other way. It's more than that. Luka is like, he runs, he doesn't close out properly, like he just runs with them with his both hands up, and dudes are treating him like a traffic cone going right past him. It's been terrible. And we know that he could play defense because we've seen him play defense when it really, really, really matters. But for whatever reason, he's not doing it in the NBA finals. Right. It's like, bro. And of course, the Celtics are attacking him because they know he carries all the weight on offense. So they're trying to exploit that, and they are. Yep. But Luka, you need to step up, brother. You need to step up like you did last game. So we'll see what happens in Game 5.
I like that. Well, they're going to Game 6.
According to you.
According to me. Yeah. So.
Hey, by the way, not to toot my own horn like I've done every single episode in the playoffs because I've been right about the NBA Finals. Just to remind you guys, I claimed that it was Celtics in 6 before the NBA Finals started, or before the playoffs started. I said Celtics, Mavs, Celtics in 6. We'll see what happens.
So awkward when it's Celtics in 5.
Then you guys can. I was wrong.
What if it's Mavs in 7? Then
I would.
Then people will say you don't have a backbone for taking the Mavs till the end.
That's
Either
right.
way, this could be bad for you. This could look really bad.
It could either be really good or it could look, whatever, man.
Yeah, but the odds of it looking bad for you is like higher than it is looking
bad.
good for you.
So bad.
I'm gonna be demoralized.
But thank you for that. Thank you for, obviously holding Luka accountable.
Of course.
Yeah, I feel like that's important on the show. There's a team though in the NBA, and they're lucky because they were graced with potentially the greatest NBA player of all time. But since his tenure there, it has been one of the most disorganized franchises, maybe in sports, and that is the Chicago Bulls. It came out that they actually denied a trade for a top 10 pick and to give out Alex Caruso, and because they wanted to fight for the playoffs. So my question to you guys, outside the Charlotte Hornets, is there a more disorganized NBA franchise than the Chicago Bulls, who have essentially lived in purgatory for years? They really have not been a title contender since the Jordan era. I know they had a couple years with D-Rose where they had a good roster. Outside of that, though, it's been pretty abysmal in Chicago.
Yeah, I think that the Wizards are starting to put things together. They have the right guys in the right places. People from the Thunder running the organization now. The Charlotte Hornets have started to put it together. Brandon Miller was a great draft pick. But the Bulls could be the most dysfunctional organization right now. They need to pick a direction. and it ain't going to the playoffs because you just don't have the players for that.
Right.
And your stars are old. Go get something for them while you can. I mean, with the Alex Caruso thing, like, I really like Caruso. He has a high motor, and defensively he's good. He's got good size as a guard. And this draft isn't robust even in the top 10. So to me, I don't hate turning that down, but I do want to see them this offseason choose to go for more of a rebuild route.
Yeah, the thing is with the Chicago Bulls is that I don't even necessarily think it's a front office issue. It's an ownership issue. The owners don't care about winning. They just want to be good enough to where they can make money. And so that's why we've seen year after year the Bulls hovering around 500. It's because they just want to be good enough to where they can make playoff money, but they don't necessarily want to pay to be a contender in the East, which is like, why can't we get a team like that in the West? You know, like, why can't we get a team that's like, hey, we don't want to be a contender, but we want to be like good enough for, you know? And it's like,
we'll see this offseason, but we may be fans of that team. But continue.
Yeah, I mean,
as Sacramento Kings fans, I mean,
which the Kings are definitely a team that we could throw out there with past dysfunction just because of our playoff drought. I mean, we seem to have a better.
We're taking steps forward.
We're taking positive steps forward, which is great. I mean, still not where we would hope to be after missing the playoffs this year, but at least there's positive signs. But yeah, man, being a Bulls fan, it's got to be pretty tough.
It's got to be awful.
I mean, especially with like once Lonzo went down with the injury and his surgery got messed up, that should have been a sign to be like, this is a window where we can kind of do a little retooling, rebuild. And then hopefully when he comes back, he could be somewhat of a player that he is. But they're not going to be anything with Lonzo coming off of this injury. You know, and DeMar DeRozan getting older and Vucevic getting older. They have no idea what they want to do with Zach LaVine.
I know what they want to do. They're not going to be able to do it. They want to trade him, bro. They want to trade him and get something for him. No one wants to pay Zach LaVine $45 million a year. He's the Bradley Beal of the East.
There's a lot of with this like new tax situation. It's really interesting to see what moves end up happening. I mean, we could even talk about Brandon Ingram real quick. The New Orleans Pelicans don't want to pay him $52 million a year. So it's like, what team is going to take on a guy like that? I mean, he's a good player, but I don't know if he's necessarily a 1A guy. Like,
I don't think Brandon Ingram's a 1A guy.
So it's like, it's interesting to see what teams are going to end up taking on a contract like that. Yeah. Like, do good players like Brandon Ingram become like their value just be so low because it's like, we can't like build around you, but like you're a really solid piece.
I hesitate to compare Ingram to a guy like LaVine just because of injury stuff. Like, sure, like Ingram's had his injury issues, but it hasn't been as bad as a LaVine. Sure. He has missed time even this past year. He missed a good chunk of time, but I feel like it all depends on situation and fit. Depending on the situation, you could plug Ingram onto a team and he could fit perfectly, and I feel like he'd be worth that contract if it takes your team to that next level. There are teams that have salary cap and could add him and be contenders from where they're at right now.
It could also be a team like San Antonio or Orlando's the one team where it's like they have the cap to make LaVine work.
Right. They would have to move some. They would have to move some pieces away to make the cap. But yeah, they would be able to make it work.
Well, the thing is, the Orlando Magic are
fit
a really interesting team because they have so much cap space, but they have so many guys that are worth extensions. Like here in the next couple of years, like you got Franz and Paolo who are going to get max extensions. And it's like, how do you continue to build your team and keep your guy, keep your core? It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, the NBA, it is interesting even with like these changes to salary cap because it is going to get away with, I think, a lot of big threes. But some of these contracts are going to be interesting because there are going to be guys who might be valued at $30-35 million, they could be kind of, as you mentioned, Christian. Now they lose some of their value, though, if they become tradable assets. So that's just one of the many things that's coming into play as they change some of these regulations and rules with the aprons and everything. So I don't know. I don't know what Chicago does. Well, actually, I know what they do. They trade their old. You trade Caruso. And, Trev, you made a point. Hey, this draft isn't very good, which I agree. But you know what? Maybe they still find a gem. You never know if Caruso, let's say he breaks his leg first game of the year, which we don't want.
Holy crap.
We don't
Morbid.
we don't want. I don't want that for Caruso. But it's like, well, you just had the value of your top 10 pick, and now you have the value of essentially dirt because you're not getting anything with a guy with a broken leg.
And he's expiring, so he's
Right.
most likely not going to re-sign with you. Like,
Yes,
he
exactly.
deserves. He's making $9 million like this year, and like he deserves more. So it's like, why would he re-sign with the Bulls? Especially like if you want to be stuck in purgatory, like as a player, like players are competitive. They want to win. And if you want to go play for like the Chicago Bulls, then that's just saying like, hey, I'm just here to collect a check. I don't really care about winning. I just want to make sure my family's taken care of. And yeah, there are some players out there, but like a guy like Caruso, like he's a winner. He wants to be on a good team.
You know what that sounds like?
Tell me.
It sounds like a basketball team whose league is starting up next Tuesday.
Wait, what league is starting? It's not.
Oh, no, it's not the NBA.
It's not summer league.
No, it's not Summer League.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
the Small Ball Podcast is going to be on a men's basketball team
Yes, sir.
here in Phoenix. We're going to be balling.
We are literally going to be balling. I bought new basketball shoes.
Yeah, what shoes did you buy?
I bought the Nikola. Oh, I took them off because they were getting dirty on the hardwood. I bought Nikola Jokic limited edition Patrick Star shoes.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain. Bright pink,
They're amazing.
green bottoms.
Can you give us your best Patrick Star impression?
No, I can't. That would actually be horrible for the show.
I got one. You want to
Go.
go?
Yeah, please.
SpongeBob.
Can you do your R2D2? Do it again. Oh, it's
Wait,
the
don't
best.
you do a good Jabba the Hutt?
Jabba the Hutt with
Yeah,
his
yeah,
little
Yeah.
Han Solo.
I don't have anything.
That's okay. But we're going to be playing basketball in
Yes.
Phoenix
Yes.
in a men's league. We're going to be running around. And what team are we comparable to? We talked about it before the show. We were throwing around teams like the 2011 Charlotte Bobcats. We were throwing around teams. Howie's just almost bit Christian. Yeah. We're throwing around teams. Are we the 2017 Warriors?
Oh, great team, yeah.
But we're somewhere in between those two.
1993 Charlotte Hornets as well.
Are we that team
Who
with
are
Muggsy
we?
Bogues?
Who is the
Christian,
team?
who are we?
I think we are the
2000?
2007 Milwaukee Bucks. All right.
Incoming, a herd of bucks.
This team went for a whopping 26-56.
Whoa, they won 26 games? That's a lot.
There's that much room for improvement.
Yes,
I
that
like
much
that.
room for improvement.
That's good.
And they ran a lineup that was Earl Boykins.
All right.
Yeah.
No, it was just funny because you said you made your point, but the microphone was
Oh yeah, the microphone's over there.
So what did you say?
Yeah. So their lineup.
anyone
Earl
listening to this
Boykins.
in the car is like, what the hell is going on?
All right, for the listeners, Earl Boykins, 5'5", point guard.
Me.
Whoa.
Yeah, we designated that to be Scott.
Yeah.
Mo Williams, shooting guard, 6'1".
Shane.
Shane.
Shout out
Yep.
Shane.
Shout out
You guys
Shane.
don't know him.
Charlie Bell, 6'3".
That's me.
That's Trevor. That's Trevor. Ruben Patterson, 6'5". That's
Gotta
me.
be you.
That's got to be me.
You
That's
gotta be
me.
Ruben.
I'm like 6'5".
You
in real
love
life.
that sandwich.
Yeah, I love a Ruben.
Ruben.
And then Jared Renner, 6'11". That's Kyle Gearing.
Gotta be
Kyle Gearing, reoccurring guest.
Yes.
Reoccurring guest.
He'll be
yeah.
on the team.
Big man.
Big
I've
man.
heard-
Can stroke it.
I've heard a lot of people.
Beef stroking it.
He's beef stroganoff in it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that Kyle plays like Jared, so that's just the perfect
it
fit.
adds up.
Yeah, and so the average height of that team, 6'2", 0.6.
For an NBA team, that is crazy.
Crazy. Which is probably close to our average height.
Uh,
We're lower. We're probably 5'11".
5'11" with you and I.
Yeah.
We bring that average down, unfortunately.
We do.
Could
but
you just imagine,
dogs.
man, just if we were born like 20 years earlier?
Yeah.
We could have been NBA players.
We could have. I mean, it makes me sick.
I was trying to think of teams that were like centered around a center who was like a small center, you know, like a Kyle Gearing type guy.
Yeah.
And my mind just came to like a Draymond or a like Sean Mays or even like what's his name from the Celtics just got arrested, Glenn Davis.
Oh, yeah. Big
Or
baby
he's like
Davis.
a Frank Kaminsky.
Frank Kaminsky,
Yeah.
Jared
Those Phoenix
Solinger.
Suns teams, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jared Solinger.
Yeah,
Ohio
dude.
State, right?
Ohio
Yeah.
State legend.
Anyways, we'll keep you guys updated because I know that the listeners will just want to hear our stat updates for the season.
Yeah, this is the best case scenario for us to join this team because we've been yapping for like 2 years at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yapping.
But we haven't been walking,
No.
unlike Andy. We haven't been able, we've been talking, but we haven't been able to show that we know how to play a little bit.
I just imagine it like, what if we did like we kind of made content out of this, like post game interviews, pre game, like walk in stuff on
We
our Instagram,
absolutely should.
stats. We post our stats and highlights.
We should.
That would be so elite for the pod.
crazy.
Who would be willing to like take video though of the game?
If somebody picks me up, I will go.
All right, bet.
Wait, what days are there?
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that should work.
Perfect.
Oh, this
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I can't wait to
I can't.
see.
We're gonna have mixtapes of Scott.
I told you long ago on a roll. It's just me. Yeah, it's my,
Getting boards.
yeah,
Getting
it's my
offense.
mixtape song. I'm just grabbing boards.
I can only really get like one angle because I can't really like.
Oh yeah,
move
you're in a
around.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll
We'll
have-
put you at the
We'll
baseline.
have
Yeah.
like Annabelle push you around.
Oh yeah.
I think she does. She has Bible study on Tuesday.
Yeah, she
What?
would. She would not want to be going to. Her boy isn't even playing.
Yeah, but he's like a
He's
part of the team.
coach.
He is our part. Yeah, he is our coach and media guy.
Yeah,
Coach and media guy.
versatile.
very versatile.
Very versatile. What if we got guys to commentate? But they wouldn't post it anywhere. We would just do it for fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if we
We
have.
could live stream our games.
I don't know if we have anyone that like
Yeah, no.
loves to commentate. Like
That's all
Scott.
right.
It's literally just.
What if
us.
Scott is just on the bench? Like when he's just not in, he's like, and Christian passes the ball to Trevor, and it's a turnover.
You know how in the MLB they like interview guys who are in the
Mid-game.
outfield mid game. What if Scott's out there?
Yapping?
He's mic'd up but commentating.
Yeah, I love that. We do a
Scott guarding the point guard.
NBA.
He's quick. He's quick.
Imagine getting guarded by Scott, shooting, breaking it, and Scott going like way off.
demoralizing.
Dude, that just be messed up in the head.
We just like it shows Scott and he's like before the game he's like, hey man, I'm mic'd up talking to the other team.
Oh
Imagine
my
playing a
gosh!
guy like that. I would not know what to do.
Especially my bright pink basketball suit.
I do have all the
Standing at
equipment.
5'0"
Yeah, I can do that. It's
we
literally
got a mic.
Lab mic.
that's way easier to do than anything else. So that's probably more likely. what
Hey,
we'll do.
hey guys, I'm mic'd up, dabbing guys up, and I
my
go
head
straight
hurts.
to the bench.
It honestly. Have you guys seen the guy Mantis with Barstool?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
Boy
What's
up,
broke.
twin?
What's up, twin? That I mean, like that'd be what it is essentially. But with you,
That would be awesome.
we can make that happen.
All right, let's make it happen.
Gosh, my head hurts.
First game is next Tuesday.
Actually.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's this next
Quick
Tuesday.
turnaround.
Cool.
Wait, yeah. Don't we have that work event?
Yeah, we're not going to that.
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
going to the work
All
event.
right.
We got
It might
basketball
get
game.
changed too.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I may be out of town too.
What?
Anyway.
But it's the
So this is why I wanted to get more players.
it's
on
the
team.
basketball league.
Having 6 is perfect for a day. That means you guys get a lot of run. That's good.
Yeah, but how many?
We'll talk about this off
how
air,
many
bro.
of
We're
us
on a
have-
pod right now.
When's the last time?
One
you
more
ran?
segment. One more
Not
segment.
much. The back of my knees when I'm running like hurt after 20
He
minutes.
has to break in his shoes too.
Yeah, I
I
have
mean,
to break
like,
in my
he's
Patrick
not gonna be
shoes.
like good to go until like game 3, maybe.
All right. I'm hoping to drop 15 and 8 this season. Points per game and assists.
Wow.
And 5 boards. I'm hoping to grab 5 boards a game.
That's nuts. I don't see you pass the ball very often.
I pass the ball a ton, Christian. Okay, maybe 15, 5, and 5. 15, 5, and 5. That's my
Okay.
target point
Your
per game.
fantasy just like
All right, my
I
turn.
know. Yeah.
yeah.
4, 4, and 4.
More rebounds than 4.
I do grab boards.
I want to see you get 10.
I can see Scott
2.
once he gets to 4, just stopping.
yeah.
I'm probably gonna be like 4, 1, and 5 each game.
Yeah.
No one wants to shoot when I give them the ball.
Yeah.
It's too good of a pass. Go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, I'm looking to get. I want to hover around 10 points a game, eight probably realistically.
Yeah.
I
I want you to shoot 40% from 3.
Yeah, but I'm only taking like 2.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, you just got to make one
Yeah,
game.
you do.
That's easy.
I'm a low volume shooter.
Yeah. And then I want to average like 5 assists.
Dude, you at the high post is going to be
I
awesome.
need to. I love passing the ball.
Stay tuned for our
Ball movement.
updates on that, on our team.
It's gonna be awesome.
We're hoping to be a 500 team in this league.
I do want to get 15 high fives in the game though. That's
15. I want to be like the Heat from last year. Like, we don't, listen, we play
I
our
don't care
best.
about regular season.
We peak in the playoffs. Regular season, we're having fun.
We lose in the championship. I
We're
like
put,
it.
yeah. But we made it.
I am.
Well, we made it.
That's what I
We
care.
made it.
This doesn't surprise anyone. I am such a yapper. I will be talking to the other team every game. Not like in a you suck trash talk, but like
Yeah.
Hey, what do you do for work?
Yeah, like, hey, what's going on, man? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, good shot. Good shot. Dap him up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's my comp.
But every time you talk to him, you say like, I'm mic'd up.
Hey, before you say anything, I'm mic'd up.
Yeah. If you guys think of anything to challenge Scott for when he's mic'd up, to say something to the other team, maybe.
Yeah, send us a message.
Yeah, send us a message. We'll keep you tuned.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. One more thing before we
Yeah,
end the show.
Trev.
Next week, you guys, it's going to be a special show. So we'll know most likely who has won the NBA Finals by then. That's not the focus of next week's show.
No.
The focus of next week's show is the NBA draft.
Ooh.
The NBA draft is on the 26th.
Yep. It's
that
a
the
two.
day-
It's
that's
a
the-
2-day event.
Is that our first game also?
No.
Oh, okay.
The 25th.
25th.
Oh, perfect.
It's a crazy.
Oh,
we
I'll
go-
be there then.
Oh, yeah, we go small ball, first game of the season, NBA draft.
That's amazing.
And then NBA draft round 2.
This is sick. So next week we are going to do a special mock draft where we have been assigned teams in the lottery. We're inviting back our draft specialist, Chris Fong. He's going to zoom into the show. We've all been assigned teams, and we are going to take the next 7 days to study those teams, study what they need, what they're interested in, what players fit there. If we could trade, if we're going to make a trade out of the draft. So that'll be a lot of fun. Next week is going to be a special show, so stay tuned. It'll be our mock draft episode.
Can't wait. I love the draft. It's one of my favorite things in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you lock in for the NBA draft, Christian.
I do. I love young talent.
People might say you love young talent. That's what I'll leave it at. Nothing else.
Yeah.
No other comparison.
Nope.
Loving young
Also,
talent.
Christian and I are going to go to Summer League
Oh, that's
Whoa.
right.
later this month.
Yeah, speaking of young talent.
In July, actually. So Christian and I will be in Vegas watching.
Are you guys going to an island?
No, we're not going to that kind of
I didn't.
that kind of place.
Okay.
We're very
Sorry.
excited. It's going to be awesome to see some of these guys. And maybe we'll do some reports from there. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we'll meet some people.
Maybe we'll meet some guys.
Yeah,
Right.
interview some players. Little
Come
tiny
on.
Mike.
Let's go. I'll bring it.
Yeah,
Dialed.
We got to get a media pass.
We need a media day pass. Maybe we can make one. Canva.
Yeah.
Small ball media.
Look at
pass.
like
I'm on Canva.
like what it looked like, and then like
Yeah.
print it. Yeah,
Come on.
let's try it.
All right.
I see no fear in failure.
Mm-mm.
That's an episode. Trevor's microphone is off. He can't speak.
He's mute.
He's mute. Andy can't walk.
He's disabled,
Yeah, he's handicapped.
handicapped.
Yeah. So for our great producer Andy, Trevor Mikulin, and Christian Dennis, I'm Scott Harris saying so long for now. We will see you next week.